Welcome to the Ringside Wrap-Up with Jimmy Shannon. We are at the Calandra RSL for the charity fight night, fighting domestic violence, and with me is Brendan Wilkins. Brendan, thank you for taking time out today.
Thanks very much for having us.
The pleasure's all ours, mate. The fight against domestic violence is something we all go against and we all hate, but Kim Grace put on a great night, and we've got 15 of the ladies' fights as well as the Muay Thai fights tonight.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be a pretty good night. We had a couple of late call-ups, and we were more than happy to chuck a couple of guys in, or actually one guy, one girl, to jump in and support the show. Kim's always really good for local events and local charities, so mate, more than happy to support him any way we can.
Yeah, Kim's a great man, to be sure. The best thing about the domestic violence, if that's the right way to put it, is combating it. And when you get a lot of fighters who do that, the average man in the street look up to them and they think, well, if the fighters are behaving themselves, they're looking after the ladies properly, we should be doing the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it starts from a young age, and a lot of the kids these days, they grow up in the environment and they live, and that's how they turn out. It's a vicious cycle. So the more we can promote our sports, boxing, Thai boxing, MMA, as not just a thuggery sport, as a sport that involves discipline and concentration and sacrifice, we can change that stigma around the sport, and hopefully we can bring up some younger kids to just train in the sport and get their aggression out there in a sporting field, and then not take it home and not look up to these boneheads that are around and are causing the domestic violence and all this gang stuff. I think shows like this are great. The more we can get behind these shows and show the young kids it's about being sport, it's about a sport, then the better off we are.
Hey, that's exactly right, Brendan, because for a long time the Muay Thai boys did have that stigma about them, but they're slowly changing, and it's going to change more with the aid of the Courier Mail of all people, who are starting cycle. But you've got the right thing with the group with the Teens Take Control, and you're teaching these boys at a young age. They don't have to grow up like dad or granddad or three generations before them.
Yeah, so we've started, myself and my partner Troy Leviston, who's the owner of Plumbers Queensland. He helped me actually. I set the program up, Teens Take Control, and Troy came along and backed it with financially. And we take groups of kids from high schools, and now we're starting to work with youth justice and the foster care system. And we take a group of kids, 20 at a time. We run over a 16-week program. We teach them nutrition, fitness. Always, obviously, with nutrition and fitness, there's discipline, there's respect, integrity. We also run them through some Thai boxing skills, MMA skills. They learn to develop, just confidence. We mentor them through the whole system. Along the way, they learn how to defend themselves. So we teach them how to get hit, what to expect when they get hit, how to defend themselves. Obviously, first off, we always want to run. If possible, we run. After they go through the first 8 weeks of the program, then we stick into leadership. So we have a special system that's brought over from the States that was used at Stanford University, and it teaches the kids about leadership, being good employees, being good employers, being respectable members of the community. Along with that, we give them some finance advice, talk to them about stuff you don't learn at school. I know maybe you, Jimmy, same as myself, wasn't really good at school. Mate, I failed year 10, so, but it's never stopped anything that I've wanted to succeed at. Right. So we just want to teach these kids that you don't have to be super smart to get somewhere. You don't have to follow in the footsteps of the people you came up under, but you can look to others, other athletes, other teachers, and other good role models to get the direction that you want to head.
Brendan, the obvious question is, have you got a website for the young people who might be watching the show?
Yeah, mate, we've got teenstakecontrol.org. It's teenstakecontrol.org. It's a small website at the moment, but we're growing. This year we hope to put 200 kids through the program. It's completely funded. All the kids get it for free. Myself and Troy, we fund the whole program. We've had no government funding. We've had a couple of sponsors. But so far we put over $130,000 into supporting these kids and getting them from getting kicked out of school to staying in school, getting in the programs, and then getting a job. Some even take the sport on and then take fitness as a career.
Actually, it's funny you say that. One of the boys we're going to interview later, Nate Leonard, comes into that category. Yeah. He's a good lad, but he did a couple of things wrong when he was younger, and now he's in the fight game. He's not doing the wrong thing anymore.
Yeah, mate, and it has helped a lot of people, like young Bevan O'Malley. Everyone knows Bev, one of the best fighters Australia is probably going to see in the next sort of 10 years. Same thing, in and out of jail as a young kid, went off the rails. The fight game, getting a couple of good mentors. He's now managed and sponsored by Matt Elliott, who's a good businessman. Matt's mentoring him and leading him on the good path. Bevan's had a few people along the way that haven't really done the right thing by him, and now he's got Matt, he's going somewhere. So it's just about finding the right mentor, getting on the right path and using our sport for what it's meant to be.
Hey, that's exactly right, Brendan. Now, one of your fighters are up early, so we're going to let you go, but I can't thank you enough for helping out today.
Thanks very much.
It's just great to see that fighters do care, and we are trying to help other people as well.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. Thank you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brendan Wilkins.
Thanks, guys.
Back to the ringside wrap-up. It was just at the intermission. And was Luck has been with me. I've run into the 5-time World Boxing Champion, Sharon, the Wild Thing Annual. Sharon, it's great to see you. How you doing?
I'm awesome, Jimmy. How are you?
We're going okay. A lot of the old-time fighters were not that old, really. We remember Sharon when she was winning a kickboxing title. She won the Australian title up here, fought in Melbourne. Had that great fight with Zora Skinner where you won. And then you went to the pro boxing game and become the prototype for the female world boxing champions.
It was a pretty great experience, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, Sharon. When the time was happening, when you come onto the scene, a lot of the female fighters were sort of like big bush ladies with tattoos and, wearing flannel shirts. And you were one of the first really nice-looking girls who got into the ring, and now a lot of the ladies who fight now are good-looking girls as well. But you were actually the prototype for that.
I think the first day that I weighed in lingerie, it just set a whole new standard for what you could expect for women.
Yeah, no, I was pretty impressed. But the fact of the matter was, Sharon, the point being is that you were able to show that you don't have to be a butch lady, you can be a good-looking lady and be a good fighter. And as it was, you were the best fighter in your day, and possibly until Shannon O'Connell came along, who's a great talent, you're probably Australia's greatest female boxer.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty nice to hear. And I think for me, I was very passionate about what I was doing. Boxing was just like my entire world, but being a lady was still my world as well. So it was great to be able to mix the two and come out on top in a male-dominated sport, which, it's always good to be able to do something awesome against the fellas.
Yeah, that it is too. But you've done something that's a little bit more awesome now. You're actually an ambassador for the WBC, and to this day, you're still travelling the world as we talk.
Yeah, I'm very passionate about when you say an ambassador for the WBC, I'm a piece of goodwill ambassador, but even more, I'm also one of the top 15 champion emeritus's up with, like Lennox Lewis, Costa Zoo, Evander Holyfield, Vitaly Klitschko, being known as the elite of the elite, and I was a little blonde Aussie, but now I'm a brunette. But yeah, being a little girl from a country town in Australia and just really having a passion and a dig at whatever it was that I really wanted, and that was to be a world champion. It's just definitely opened the doors for me in so many ways.
That's good. And oddly enough, Sharon, you've gone from knocking out fighters to knocking out obesity with your new business.
Yeah, definitely. I know that there's over 70 different diseases that are nutritionally deficient diseases in the world today. So many people are sick, so many people are kids. They're medicated, they don't need to be, so we're loading them back up with real natural whole foods, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. So if you don't know what that is, please get in touch with me somehow, find me on Facebook and let me help you.
Sharon, do you have a website for it?
We do. It's juiceplus.com.au and just put my name in there somewhere.
That's good, because there's a lot of ladies worry about their size and all that sort of stuff, and really a lot of them don't have to, but it's a big thing for a lady to look good, like yourself. So it's a great cause to be going on.
I think probably I'm very passionate about being able to help people one-on-one. That's why I say come and find me, let me help you.
Good on you, Sharon. Okay, they've got the fight starting up again, so we'll get going. Once again, it's the 5-time world champion, the Wild Things, Sharon Anyos. Okay, welcome back to the Ringside Wrap-Up with Jimmy Shannon. And with me at the moment is a mate of mine, Nate Leonard. Nate, you were a bit unlucky tonight. You just had a bit of a pull-out on your fight, which is...
Yeah, I've had two, so 2 opponents pulled out tonight.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate. Unfortunately, pull-outs are a bit like a left jab in the boxing game. But as the plans have it, you could have a fight coming up on the 27th of March.
Yeah, 27th at Brubby Island Surf Club, amateur boxing, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, if I understand correctly, that's Todd Gilchrist, Charlie?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, cool. Now, Nate, you're juggling 2 sports at the one time at the moment. You're doing the Muay Thai as well as the boxing. Which one do you actually prefer?
I'm actually an MMA fighter by, which is what I started training in, but I like to just compete boxing, kickboxing, keep active. I had a long layoff from competition. A little bit of trouble happened, so I didn't compete for 3 years. We got 2 fights a month booked in for the rest of the year, so I just want to keep nice and busy. 2 MMA fights as well. So,
hey, that's pretty cool, Nate. And 3 years is a long layoff. Now, the problems have been pretty well documented, but instead of being a bloke who got in trouble and stayed that way, you found a better way in life, and now you're doing the boxing, you're training kids, and you're helping other people out.
Well, the thing that I've found is it's really easy, especially when you're a little bit younger, money troubles, especially depending who your friends are, things like that. It's real easy to get led astray. Do you know what I mean? It's really easy to get led astray, but all it took for me was one good role model that I looked up to actually say I believe in you. That's Kim Gray at Extreme Boxing. And ever since I met that man, I just turned my life around and focused on the competition and the training and running my fight team, Gladiator Firm, and Apex Combat Academy, and I've never looked back.
Actually, that is true, Nate, because I've seen a lot of photos of you on Facebook training kids and helping young people out. And the funny thing was, for the people at home, they weren't photos on Nate's page, they were photos on the kids' parents' page. And the kids' parents are the ones who are supporting you at the moment too.
Mate, I'll help anyone. I love kids. I've got one myself. I hope to one day be a role model instead of a something negative that people judge, tattoos and stuff. But yeah, I love teaching the kids. So.
Actually, this leads me to the obvious next question. Kids being kids, I suppose they're a little bit intimidated by the tattoos at first, but by the end of the session they'll be making fun of you, I'd imagine.
They just think I'm funny. Kids don't really know what tattoos are. Get all sorts of... He got drawings on his face, or look, Daddy, he's got paintings on his face. I just have a laugh, and yeah.
You're obviously connecting well with them. Nate, the question I'll ask you, it must have been a bit tough for you, like whenever people get in trouble, all the Facebook warriors and keyboard warriors are quick to call you a fuckwit or insult you, call you every name under the sun. Did they ever get you down and sort of stop your will to fight back and tell them, well, I'm Nate Leonard and I'm a good bloke and I can prove it?
Mate, I've never responded to one person on Facebook or social media. It's a waste of time. You've got a screen in front of your face, a keyboard under you. It's not real life. Generally, I've found those people face to face, just look the other way, haven't said a word. Most of those people just negative, got no life. They need to make drama to give themselves something to do anyway. So.
Actually, it's funny you say that, Nate. Some people do look for a reason to get upset. But speaking to you myself and speaking to you actually as one of your Facebook mates, it's obvious to me you're a very intelligent man and you've got big goals in life.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm not going back. And another thing is people, they see something on TV or the media, and people need to understand the media put one side up to make their story look better, so people will watch it. Everything happens for a reason. Every action has a reaction, and everything has a consequence. A lot of things you see on, the news and stuff, they'll say, oh, this person did that person did this for this reason. A lot of the times, you know what I mean, you don't see why that person actually did something. Do they really think, just use your brain a little bit?
And I'm assuming none of them come back to tell everybody how you're helping troubled teens yourself and you're helping kids at all?
Yeah, well, it's easy to make someone look like the bad guy. Everyone loves to hate someone, so...
Well, be that as it may, the fact of the matter is you're helping other people out. You're a non-drinker, you're a non-smoker, so you're living a healthy life, and good credit to you.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, everyone, we're going to see him in action in the future, and we're going to hear about Nate Leonard for the right reasons, and that's for being a champion kickboxer and boxer. Nate, thank you once again.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nate Leonard. Okay, welcome back to the Ringside Wrap-Up with Jimmy, Shannon and Kim. It's been an unbelievable show tonight so far. 20 fights gone, it's been unreal.
Thank you, mate. A lot of people put a lot of work into it. A lot of people helped out and inspire us to keep going. I am very happy with the event. On to bigger and better, and we will just keep doing. We only do charity events, so on to bigger and better. We'll keep working together.
That's what we're going to do, Kim. Now, it was with a lot of risk. I'll bring my next guest on, and that's obviously the powerhouse, Ian Jacobs, because once the chicks get a look at Ian, they're not going to care what Kim and myself say. So, Simon, when we get back to the studio, put a bit of that blurry stuff on them and make it thick, all right? Powerhouse, it's great to have you here. And as usual, whenever it comes to helping somebody else, you're the first man in line.
Yeah, geez, thanks, mate. He's doing such a great job. I'm always happy to help out and help out where I can. And it's been an awesome night of fights. All the girls have been getting there, having a lot of their first fights, a few first title fights. It's been a great night, and I'll support you anytime you need it, mate. I love it. It's great.
Mate, Kim's just on the right track. Now, Ian, look, I know I'm biased because I've been friends with you 24 years, and as far as I'm concerned, in this business, you're the best friends I've ever met. You put me on my ass 3 times first, but that's okay. That's only a minor detail. Now, you're still training, guys. Have you got any special projects you got in mind as far as training fighters go?
Mate, I've actually got my niece, Katie Rose Jacobs. She's 17, it's when I started. She's very similar, she's really focused, and she's just starting to dabble into it now, and like she wants to go all the way. So it's really interesting. She thinks like I do. She moves like I do. She gets it. She got it straight away. She's never had a fight though, so she's learning as we go. But I think she's going to be a very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. That's on the fighting side. And the other side of it is I do a thing called the World Champion Experience, where I take people through what it's like to be a world champion, fight a world champion. They train over 11 to 20 weeks. They jump in a ring, they fight me, they get a world title replica belt. We do a video, 0 to hero, do all of that. And that's been a really successful and life-changing program. And we teach them also. My target market's middle-aged businessmen, but we go younger, we go older than 35 to 55, but we leave them with a life plan. We teach them how to prevent disease, how to live healthy and stay fit, and their quality of life for the rest of their life just improves. Man.
Hey, I've got a bone to pick with you. I never got a title belt for fighting you. All I got was 2 black eyes. What's up with that?
Mate, well, it's the way the game goes. Mate, you had a fantastic record in your time, mate. You never shied away from anyone or anything. And, mate, it was a great time. We had a great fight. Early piece, Queensland title. So what they had tonight, the Queensland titles. It was the Queensland title, and we certainly both had a few bruises afterwards. But we've had a lot of beers since, so it's been really good. It's a great friendship.
Hey, that's exactly right. And it's the best friendship I've ever had. Kim, you're one of those fellas, you do fights for suicide prevention, domestic violence tonight. What's your next venture?
I'm very passionate about breast cancer. I think I'll return. I've done 4 events for breast cancer. I'm very passionate because the more young ladies that come into the gym, they share their stories, and it's just such a tragic occurrence that's happening in the community. A lot of these cowed punches and the domestic violence has really struck a chord with me lately. Yep. So we did this event for the domestic violence, in particular Luke Batty Foundation. But I think I'll return back to either the breast cancer or children at risk. I'd like to work in as an apprentice to Ian. That's another big area we've got, because that's the next generation in Australia. If we don't look after our youth, the next generation in Australia is going to be lost.
Hey, that's exactly right too. Okay, once again, I'd like to thank Kim Gray and the Powerhouse Ian Jacobs for appearing on the Ringside Wrap-Up. Thank you very much. Okay, what a set of fights, and what a night it was by Kim Gray. And at the moment, I have Earl from Fighters Worldwide Clothing. Earl, one of the major sponsors of the show, and having a super stand in the background. You must be pleased with the way everything went tonight.
Mate, it was a great night, great charity event. I'm always happy to help Kim out. He's a good bloke. He does a lot of good things for the community and the kids in the community, and just a good event to be involved in, mate, and something I'm happy to bend my back for.
Yeah, it was pretty fantastic, and as I've sort of emphasised to a few guys, everyone can be a fighter, but people that help fighters and help others, they're a rare breed, Earl, and you're one of that rare breed.
Yeah, that's right, mate. I like helping other people. I know what it's like coming up through the industry and doing the fight thing myself, and it's not an easy game. To have someone give you a little bit of a help, it sort of helps your ego, helps your confidence, and just helps your motivation with everything in your fight game.
Yeah, that's exactly true. And as far as Fight World Clothing goes, how's the business going? Are you expanding in any way? Have you got a Facebook and internet page we can log on to, please?
Yeah, mate, I've got a Facebook page, Fighters Worldwide Clothing, and Instagram, www.fightersworldwideclothing.com is our website. We've got plenty of athletes that we sponsor and that sort of thing that are helping us out at the moment. You know, we started with $500 worth of shirts 14 months ago and got over $50,000 worth of stock now. So from the fighters helping us and just the general public supporting us and buying our stuff to help us help our fighters, it's just come a long way, mate. It's a great thing and I'm loving it.
It's a funny thing because you wouldn't get support of fighters unless you're doing the right thing. Like, there's a lot of clothing companies around, a lot of guys who do fight gear or kick pads and that, but the ones who get the support are the guys who are doing the right thing in the first place.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Like, we're helping some of the younger fellas out, as well as we got, you know, some top-ranked fighters. Kyle Noak, UFC, Ben 10 fighting on the Brisbane card in March, is UFC, and also Adrian Pang, who's ranked number 2 in the 1FC title at the moment, you know, and it's looking at his, you know, anything could happen with the title shot there in the next month or two for Adrian. And some of the younger fellas like Isaac and stuff like that, they're just great kids, mate. Gokhan and Adrian Rodriguez, he's a current Queensland champion at the moment. So, you know, Paulie Fleming, we've got Paulie Fleming on our team as well. He's ranked number 7 at the moment, world ranked, I think, down there at Billy Hussein's gym, training down there. So we've got the boys everywhere. We're looking after them, mate, and they're doing the right thing by us. So we're happy to just help, you know.
I'll tell you what, that's a fairly great stuff you got on there. Like, I'm personal friends with Adrian.
Yep.
Love Ben 10, Billy Hussein.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
So instead of just going with fighters, you seem to be going with the right guys, so, well.
Yeah, I am, mate. Like, we reached out, and when we first started, you know, we had Gokhan, one of my close friends, Gokhan, he come on and helped us out from the start, mate. And we're doing a lot of custom stuff for the gyms at the moment, integrated. We're decking integrated out, and the likes of, you know, Courage Gym, Ian Bones Gym in Townsville, and we've got some gyms in Sydney and Melbourne and stuff like that. And yeah, it's going really good guns, mate.
Hey, sounds fantastic. Well, thank you again, but in the future, anything that comes to go with the Fight World Clothing, you can count on the Ringside wrap-up for support as well, because we appreciate what you're doing for the sport, and it's not about money for any of us, it's about the sport in general, and that's what we do.
Yeah, that's right, mate. You guys are doing a great thing for the younger fellas coming up, and for the likes of businesses like me, you know, it's helping us out, and me and Casey really appreciate everything that you guys do, and I'm sure, you know, in the future we can work together and do a little bit more for each other.
We're working together. Casey, we haven't given you much of a word yet. Would you have anything you'd like to add?
No, not much that he's really said. I really just kind of stand back. He's the one who does all the speaking for me, but yeah, it's always really good to be involved in things like this. They're fun things to come to, and yeah, just really good things to support.
Okay, so you're right, we're just trying to help other people, and that's what fighters do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for coming to the Ringside Wrap-Up with Jimmy Shannon. Thank you, Earl and Casey.